Hey Jacqueline, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So last week, I got the treat of meeting with you, and you let me in a little bit more than usual, which was really cool. And so this week, I would like to kind of dig in a little bit and hear more about Surprise You. Um, and so I just was wondering, like, before this session, I was just thinking about, what would be something that you like would like to change about yourself if you could identify just one thing that's been like bugging you, or you're like, oh man, I really love to change that.
It's funny you say that because I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I really think I just love to get off of Instagram. And I know that sounds kind of silly because it's just like social media, but sometimes it brings me a lot of distress. Sometimes I really enjoy it, and sometimes I really hate it.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds silly at all. I mean, especially with everything that's going on in the world, I could see where it gets like overbearing just looking at that on the feed. Um, so taking this a little bit further, um, say just like overnight you went to sleep, and overnight your kind of your thing with Instagram just disappeared, and you didn't feel like you needed to use Instagram any longer. What would be different? What would be different for you?
I think that maybe if I deleted it, like a sense of anxiety would be lifted off my shoulders. But then I don't know if I would maybe miss Instagram. So, like, maybe if it were a miracle, like Instagram just never existed.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be a crazy world to live in. Just like Instagram, social media didn't exist. Wow.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
just conflicted because I know that social media can really be used for good, but I think just some things just really get me down about it.
hmm. So like what would you say that like would be the payoff or benefit um for you if this changed? Like say it changed overnight. What would be the benefit?
I think I would feel better. I think I would have less anxiety.
Sure. Can you tell me a little bit like about that anxiety that you feel with Instagram?
Yeah, like sometimes I just care about what people think about me and like what I post and other times I like all I just want to not care about those things, and so I go through phases where I do care and I don't care, and so I would like to just feel more empowered to and confident in what I decide to post.
So what I hear you saying, you say that it would make you feel better about yourself if Instagram just disappeared.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So what would be some of the like risks or like worst case scenario if Instagram disappeared?
I think I might miss it. I There are things that I get a lot of really good information about social justice change and like just a lot of news updates from my Instagram account. I like to keep in touch with my friends over Instagram. So I might miss it, but then again, I think that maybe all of those things that I'm getting from Instagram I could still get from my everyday life. So I don't really know. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think you're starting to identify that like you get that social interaction, and you may not need Instagram one day. because those friendships and relationships kind of fill that. And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I am starting to realize that.
Yeah. So looking at where you are now and where you'd like to be with your Instagram usage, what are steps along the way to get you there? So like what are small like incremental steps that you can take?
I think decreasing my use,
Yeah.
maybe just, I don't know. I think decreasing my use would be a good start.
Yeah, that's good. So when you say decreasing your use, can you like step into that a little bit more and, kind of talk about like what that looks like?
Yeah, I guess instead of going on Instagram after reading a bunch of school assignments, I could go for a walk.
Yeah. So like a walk would be a good substitute for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of in taking that step of like decreasing your Instagram use, like what are some obstacles that like pop up for you? How could this like those obstacles make it harder for you not to quit using Instagram as much?
Um, I guess they're all internal, like just maybe not being in the mood to do something else. Maybe my friends all still have Instagram and they're not quite ready to like get rid of it, and so I feel like maybe I'd be missing out on something. So maybe my friends might be an obstacle.
Yeah. So do you think that your friends would like kind of reject you in a way?
Actually, no, I don't think so. I think they would be. I don't think it would affect them in any way. So I don't know why I think my friends would be an obstacle now that you put it that way.
Hmm. Yeah. So are you aware of like any, because I mean, I think with our generation and, like Gen Z, this is in like social media use is like a huge like addiction actually.
Yeah.
So like, have you heard of any, resources or any resources that come to mind to help with like this Instagram use?
Honestly, no. I just thought about quitting cold turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
But
you,
I like the idea of having some help around it.
yeah. How have you quit things cold turkey before?
Hmm. Um, Nothing comes to mind right now.
Okay. Yeah. In my experience, quitting cold turkey is it's really really difficult, and so I think just making those small incremental steps towards a goal that is like actually attainable is really helpful.
Yeah.
Um, and so, like, how would you evaluate your process with or your progress with the Instagram use? Um, you stated that this is like a goal, like going for walks would be a good substitute. How could you gauge that process, evaluate it?
Maybe just like tracking how many times my I go on Instagram and then like trying to decrease that week by week.
Yeah. And I think the iPhone actually has like a feature that tells you how much you're using social media, which is really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that feature.
Yeah. It seems like you're willing to make those steps. Would you say that long term you would want to just completely be done with Instagram?
Yeah, I think that would be the ultimate goal.
Okay. And we don't have to be there today. That's the beautiful thing about it, is that we can set these small goals and kind of track them. And I'm in this journey with you. So as long as you want me to be on this with you. So
Thanks.
yeah. Um, yeah. So I'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.